go, let's go, let's go. All right, all right. Welcome to 𝐈𝐧𝐯𝐢𝐭𝐞. I'm so glad you're here today. I've got an amazing guest tonight. I think it's tonight. It's 3 p.m. here in Central Standard Time. It could be night somewhere else, I'm sure. And we're going to play a little Overwatch today because I'm super, super pumped. I played Overwatch, I think last month or this month with the 𝐬𝐬 people and did horrible. And then I think I played Overwatch here on the show maybe a few months ago, one of my first show with Mike Russell that created the gaming concepts curriculum with Christy Custer. And so I'm ready to get back in. We're sitting in a pool right now. It's got 7 minutes. And while we're sitting in the pool, I'm going to bring in this amazing guy, Mr. Tyler Rising. How are you, sir?
I am surprisingly well for a Friday afternoon.
Well, aren't most people pretty surprisingly well on Fridays, I think?
Well, not everyone gets the opportunity to play competitive Overwatch with Bubba Gatter. So I'm incredibly excited.
Well, competitive Overwatch?
Well, it's not. It's competitive in the sense that it's we are competing for the prize of bragging rights, right?
Okay, I hear you. Well, yeah, I would say most games that I play, the competitive nature is usually me yelling at myself because I'm getting destroyed.
Yeah, it's
because I'm not competing to win usually.
I play to win. I want to win. That's the goal of every game that I play. Like, even when I was playing Donkey Kong, you play to win, and then you find out that you get hit by a little pebble by a burping vulture, and you are no longer in existence in the Donkey Kong world.
Good old times, man. My kids were playing Crash Bandicoot the other day, which is an old game. Oh, the Switch, we've been loving it. I've been reading. I just reread Ready Player 2 again. I just love old video game like nostalgia. Hey, why don't you throw us in? While we're waiting, why don't you throw us in like a while you wait thing?
Yeah, we'll go in here.
Jump in there.
Just a little skirmish area.
Nice. So I'm gonna try to learn from somebody else while we're doing this. I don't know. I'm gonna get this blue guy, Echo. I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's good enough.
Well,
it doesn't really matter.
Let me do this.
Yeah, this is just a skirmish, so you can do whoever you want to play and kind of run around with it.
All right. I played a little bit last night to warm up, just so. Oh goodness. Just so I wouldn't be a complete. What is this guy doing? What is he doing? What are you doing?
Honestly,
I died in the water.
Could be doing all sorts of stuff. It could be you have people that like just I'm gonna play around and just jump around, and then other people want to actually fight you on the skirmish. It's it's all a matter of who wants to do what. I'm about ready to get eliminated real quick.
Oh, is that you? You? Oh, there you are. I'm healing you.
Yeah, I'm the little I'm
so good. I'm healing you.
That's what it's about.
I'm the
best.
It's
about helping each other. Like, that's
let's
how I've
be together and fun. Okay, somebody's dying over there. Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta.
Oh, hey, we got a game.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Traveling to Ramadi. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
I was gonna get Mercy. Yeah.
All right. I do love the fact that they added the restrictions on this game, because like the classic game was 6v6 and you could just be anyone. You could have 6 damage players and no healers and no tanks and still play the game.
Yeah.
That's very much like single-minded focus of how to play. They've actually updated this to allow for hey, there's going to be 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 damage, go.
I like it.
Attack commences in 60 seconds.
Okay, I've played this map before, I believe. Yes.
Follow the line.
Follow the line.
That's
Okay. So this one, we're moving the thing across the thing?
Yeah, we're preparing to attack, so I'm not certain if we are going to be moving or if we're just going to capture the point.
Okay.
We got 9 seconds and then we can go.
We'll find out. I'm here to heal. I'll stay behind. And I'll probably get in the front and die.
Well. Yeah, we'll try not to do that. Make sure the people that are around will be healed as well. Sigma's doing pretty Yes.
Oh, you're way away. Come here. I'm gonna heal you. Oh, you're gonna die, bro. Oh shoot.
Well, I tried to get them.
Did you die already?
Me. Oh yeah. I like to be the decoy, so people can try and run around. They focus on me for a little bit, so that other people can go and get the point. Just do a little. Ah, there we go. Working toward it.
I don't know what my E does with this. There's an E. I can't figure out how to use it.
Which character? Oh yeah, you're
Mercy. Yeah.
Mercy.
I've hit it over and over.
That's
I have no idea. No idea what I'm doing.
Staying in the point.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so as we're playing
Looks
here,
like we're gonna get this
what
one.
was a go-to game for you growing up?
Oh, Donkey Kong franchise. Like, my favorite game of all time was Donkey Kong Country 2: Diddy Kong's Quest. I spent more time playing that. Oh yeah. So like the first one, you got to play as Donkey and Diddy, and then in the second one, you got to play as Diddy and Dixie. Dixie was Diddy Kong's cousin.
Okay.
Who ended up allowing her, like, you could fly with her hair and such, but like the graphics on the game were so much better than the first game that I remember that I just kept playing it over and over. But Super Mario Brothers, because that's what came with the console that I bought when I was 7 years old. That's what I spent a lot of money, or spent a lot of time playing, just because it was what, free. And it came with the, well, it wasn't free. I had to buy the console. I had the console to get the game.
I'm diving in deep.
Stop like this.
Oh, I am not died yet. Okay. Oh no, I'm about to die. Oh,
sorry. I
thought I fell.
I'm done.
Ooh.
On the right side, we get
These guys must be trash, but I'm not dead yet.
Hey, you're doing exactly what you need to. Surviving.
Oh, he died. Oh, seriously, I don't know what E is.
That might be when you.
Oh, that's the
don't
revive.
play
That's the
on
revive.
console.
That's there it is. That's it. If they die, I use it. It's a respawn.
It's a
Heal.
revivification.
Yeah, whatever. Wow, we're just deep into this. Let's go. I'm coming, whoever this is.
Yeah, it's all right. We got this. I don't anymore. This Logan's Blade character has eliminated me thrice now.
Oh yeah.
They are much better than I am. That's what I've heard.
I have lived so long. Oh gosh, not now. I'm about stuck in a corner. About to get my Q.
No one can heal you.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you have additional heal in there?
I've used my Q twice, or my alt, I guess I should say, for those consolers. You're like, this Mercy's amazing. How is she
Everyone
not
loves
dead yet?
Well, she's doing what she needs to, making sure people are alive. They've got their Bastion is camping out there right at the corner, so we need to find a way around that one. Not sure if that's up too high.
Oh my, a lot of people. We're doing pretty good. Moving along. Okay, so you played Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
so
and Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. Then what game have you played the most as an adult?
Oh, as an adult, it's been Overwatch. My wife and I were searching for ages to find a co-op game together.
Yeah.
We played Paladins for a little bit, which is a free-to-play game that we get to have lots of fun doing a lot of the same stuff that you're doing in this game. But the biggest difference is that it is you don't have all of the fun. You don't have as fun smoothness. It's not as well developed. It's got a couple of like. It's just it's a less.
I haven't played in a while.
Not less expensive. It's a less expensive game. So There's less development that has gone into it. Is the best way to describe it, I would say.
Dude, 3 alts. Come on. Let's go.
Get it. Sorry, I got mine. Then I'm getting ready to pull up.
Oh, I got a guy. I'm sorry I let you die. Wait, I'm gonna come hit. Respawn. There you go. Whoever that was, I just revived you. Yeah, you want to kill me? It ain't gonna happen.
Optimus Prime is in rage.
I'm letting these guys die. I gotta help. Oh, I finally died. Woo, that was rough.
Good.
That's good.
Alright, y'all.
Finally.
Alright, I am headed back towards everyone because I finally lost my footing.
Okay. Alright. Coming back. Okay, so as an adult, you played this, and then
Overwatch is kind of my go-to game, and then my wife has been playing Final Fantasy 14, which has been cool to watch.
Yeah,
it's I was not super involved with Final Fantasy. I guess I should have grouped up with everyone at that point.
You just ran
instead of just blazing a trail. As
hey, you guys! Oh, I could.
Hey, I'm gonna go over there. There's only 5 people on top, right?
You ever play League of Legends?
I played it once with you in Seattle.
Right.
Is one of my favorite experiences. Going to NCCE and then at the end of the night, just hanging out and playing League of Legends. It's a really good memory that I have.
That was cool. Yeah.
Just days before.
So I
go ahead.
remember I met you in Houston.
Yes.
And it was a D&H event or conference or something, I believe.
It was a partner event, yeah.
And I don't think we spoke until that night at that country western bar or something.
Yeah, so D&H wanted to do something fun for all the partners to, say, hey, thank you for being good partners to us.
Yeah.
And we ended up at the, I don't even know what it was called. I don't remember the name of the place or anything like that.
It was in Texas.
No, I know it was in Texas, but I don't remember what it was.
It's just they're all the same, right, in Texas?
Fair enough. So at that event, I ended up scouting the name to see which of the vendors were sponsoring, and I saw Varsity Sports and High School Esports League. So I was like, hey, I have been cold calling the High School Esports League for a while, trying to get an opportunity to do business with you guys, to do business with HSCL. So I was really excited to see that someone was attending. I was like, I was so close to actually having conversations with these people to do things to sell. And turns out that I ended up meeting you and Jason Kirby, and I feel like I probably did a bigger disservice to the community that night than I have any other night.
Why?
Because I occupied all of your time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we talked for a long time.
I spent hours just talking to you about and video games do this, and I was doing. I can't believe that people haven't even considered it. And honestly, I've been selling to technology directors and people like that for years, and I have not even had the opportunity to have this. I've sold the GeForce GTX power systems and such, and I've never been able to. I've never been able to actually engage in the conversation of how to use it in the classroom.
Okay.
I remember spending a lot more time hanging out with you than you probably could have talking with maybe any of the other partners over there.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot of information that night from you. A lot of stuff that I still use today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah. I still use a lot of the information you shared that night.
I will continue to share information.
You shared pretty well. I think we started talking about it. I don't know where it originally came from, but yeah. And the female gamers and toxicity and boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's Well, it's hard. Like, and I told you that my wife and I were looking for a game to play together. Oh no, it happens.
We're doing so good up until the end. Yeah.
Hey, at the end is when people do their biggest pushes back. Like, you don't ever want to lose out. Yeah. But my wife and I, we play together. We enjoy gaming. It's one of the things that we do in our household, and it's a lot of fun. But knowing how talkative and how chatty my wife is, and then hearing the conversations in round, I was like, well, why aren't we talking? Hey, look at that. I'm gonna make sure you get some kudos there with your healing, Mr. Bubba.
How do I give you boost?
I wasn't one of the
players. People. Oh, well, hold on. That's endorsements unavailable for friends. Okay, I see.
Gotcha. But when my wife would be in round, she wouldn't talk, and I actually asked her about it. I was like, why aren't you chatting on here? I was like, have you talked on the internet to humans? And like, well, yeah, people can be a little rude. And she says, well, it's not just people are a little rude, and then kind of started unearthing the rest of the conversation. I don't speak poorly online. I don't badmouth people, and honestly, I don't like negative talk in general, so I try to be supportive and hey, we're all doing this together. I do get frustrated with myself sometimes, but I want to make sure that everyone's playing and having fun. But there are other people that are more than happy to explain to you how not good you are at something in the most vile way that you could ever. And women who I can't speak for because I am not a woman, and I know because I've heard male peers of mine, talk to other humans on the internet, and it's just not good. And that's one of the reasons why I was like, oh man, we need to get everyone involved with esports and with gaming and education, because we can teach kids early on in life how to communicate with others online. I know I was never taught how to talk online. I was never taught how to, have the conversations about being in round or expressing frustration. I was one of those kids that had damaged controllers, let's put it that way, whenever I was frustrated with my platform games. So I can imagine the frustration that people are willing to express to others.
I mean, that's I've learned. So you want to throw us in a little mini game? I've had so many conversations since then, and learned so much from our friends in different female-led organizations, or those who identify female, or any issues there in toxicity when it comes to any type of gender. And man, you and I, we can be allies, but we still just have no. We don't sit in those spaces. We don't sit in those shoes, and we can just sit here and do all we can about being an ally, but it's still not enough,
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like trash talk on online or in round or anything like that. In order to better advocate for good communication, I'm trying to find a mini game, and I can't figure where one.
It's when you go into searching. I can't. It says you have to do it because you're a leader.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
It's on that little revolving, like searching. You go into playing, then you go to search game. And that's where I found it. It's like 4 little boxes at the bottom.
There we go. Gotcha.
Yeah,
we'll do this one.
All right, good.
So yeah, it's the world of the internet is incredibly toxic. I've seen a lot of things on, like, I don't know. You and I are roughly the same age. I'm not a digital native, because I certainly remember when I was not involved with technology.
Sorry, I just sliced that dude in half. I didn't know what I did. I'm with Genji this time, I think.
Ooh, Genji's fun.
I have no idea. He's the ninja guy, I think.
Genji and Hanzo are brothers.
Is that? Yeah, I don't know how I'm doing.
There's another character in the game that apparently, there's a lot of storyline involved with Overwatch. There I go.
I have no idea how to play that one. choose somebody.
Yeah, this is deathmatch. So.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I wanted to learn them, but it just looks so difficult. Give me a big gun. I'm with the robot dude.
Yeah, well, I like Orisa. She has a big gun. Reminds me of.
I got a kill. Who's your father? Let's go.
Me. That was me.
Ooh, can I heal myself? Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, you can. Bastion has the self-healing. Same with Soldier 76.
That's so cool. Okay, I'm digging this. This is. Oh, okay. He sets up into a little tank thing, right? Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah, let me just make sure that.
Come on, bro. That's how you aim. Yep. Let's go.
Every time.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Yeah, the world is toxic, and we can do our best to make it better. And I think that if we got this into schools, we'd be able to do it more.
Well, what do you know? That's gonna be my next question. I'd love to learn about what you are doing in the school space, because you spend a lot of time educating about gaming.
Right.
And,
yeah.
I mean, teaching me and teaching many others. What give me your kind of semi-detailed info about why you love working in the scholastic space for gaming.
Okay. All right.
Then we're gonna dive into what you do at IT1, and we're gonna dive into.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So I was a former teacher. I taught performance arts for a high school, and I taught competitive speech and debate for Northern Arizona University. So I have a year under my belt of collegiate teaching. Yeah, you've got me every time.
Oh, have you? Is that you're that guy?
I'm playing Orisa.
I'm like, wow, I've been killing that dude.
That guy just doesn't know how to move out of the way of bullets. So
you're an educator.
I taught performance arts and competitive speech and debate. I love theater. I love the world of arts and performance, and how we convey a message together. And that's now I feel bad. So when I was teaching, I was doing the math. I was able to teach like roughly 15 to 30 kids. When I was teaching in the performance arts area, you have an actual theater worth of humans, of human children. They have they are very interested and excited about learning all sorts of different things. So you can talk to 80 of them. So I was able to hang out with and teach and work with like 80 students at a time for the couple of years that I was a performance arts teacher and instructor. When I got into the NAU program and I was teaching, the 15 students that were a part of the speech and debate team, it dwindled. But on average, if you look at it, you get about 30 students to a class, at least in Arizona. And if you look at that, you have the opportunity to, as a teacher, to impact 30 lives a year. And you can do that by, if I teach for 5 years and there's 30 kids in my one class, then I can teach up to 150 students in a year. It's a matter of scaling things. I found out that when I was working in the world of technology, I was able to scale a lot of that. So instead of helping out classrooms of students, I can help out schools and districts of students. So that's my love for student engagement, is because I was one of those students that kind of just went through the motions of school. I was a great student. I was an AB student. I was in the top 17% of my class, so I didn't get any graduations or scholarships or anything like that. And I did theater all 4 years. So I loved theater, and I loved education, and I loved students, and I loved learning. So put all those together, I thought that I could be an educator. I'd be super happy and successful and be enjoying of what I like to do and stuff. But life changes, and then everything else is different. I ended up leaving my graduate program after a year of it, and I moved back down to Arizona, or Phoenix, where I had where I had family, and my girlfriend and fiance at the time went with me, and we kind of just started living our lives together. So I worked in retail and spent years doing that stuff, and then I moved on from there to doing something a little bit different.
And the little bit different was?
Oh, sorry. I was doing inside sales, selling technology that I had never seen. Like, so yeah, I was a kid, and I was, we're roughly the same age, but like I didn't have a computer in my house until like 2000. So it's just always a little. I was always behind the curve when it came to technology. So when I went to do something completely different, one of my college friends was like, "Hey, I feel bad that you're in retail. I hear that you're miserable in retail, listening to the holiday music over and over again. But I have an opportunity for you. Why don't you put in your application for this over here?" And that was for a Fortune 500 company at the time, and it was called Insight. I didn't know enough about them or what they were, and I know that they were. I knew that they were a place where my buddy had been employed for like 4 years. So I figured might as well try it out and see what I can do. I was spent without any technology experience, just through retail experience, being in sales. They said, "Hey, get on the phone, make 40 dials a day, and you'll find out how to do this." And then I found out later that I was put into the what is called the SLED industry, which is the state, local, and education portion of things. And I focused on education because I had the education background. I knew kind of what students were thinking and needing, and then I had no idea like what type of information was required to like sell to schools. I didn't even know what schools used outside of like maybe stuff in the library. Turns out there is a lot more that schools purchase than just laptops. There's networks that are required to run the laptops, and there's servers and storage and all the other pieces of the puzzle that go into making the microcosm that is an education entity. So it was a big learning curve, but I spent 3.5 years working to essentially discover the process of how to sell technology to schools and to state and local and to other colleges. So like every college is different, and every every elementary school is different from secondary schools, and everything became a little bit more difficult because it was all new, but the newness was really exciting.
Nice. Okay, so this was all before IT1?
Yeah, so that was all working at Insight, and that was 3 years worth.
Where is that located? Where are they based?
So Insight's Fortune 500 company located in Tempe, Arizona. They have offices all around the world. Honestly, they're a global provider. IT1 is also a global provider. It is in the same vein as Insight. The biggest difference is that Insight has multitudes of stakeholders and backers, and they're $7 billion plus. They have a lot that goes into them. IT1, on the other hand, is a smaller organization. It gives us a lot more agility to discuss different things that are new and exciting and be ahead of the curve. One of the reasons why I ended up doing a lot more with gaming and education was because not only did I meet you and HSEL and the other folks, I ended up noticing that there was a huge gap. Insight wasn't talking about it, and the biggest competitor to Insight, CDWG, wasn't talking about it. But at the end of the day, the sales were happening. And that's the thing about education, is that the sales happen on a cyclical basis.
How do we lose again?
Kind of,
first of all, how do we lose again?
Well,
what the heck?
I'm not good. That's one reason.
What are you playing? What character are you playing?
I'm playing Symmetra. So I mean, I've gotten a bunch of eliminations, but haven't been able to have a pretty solid run.
Yeah, I feel like we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing great. 60% kill participation. Nice work.
Kill participation. Okay. Well, I got a laser beam shooting out of my gun the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
and if I don't
you're
have it
assisting
going,
literally everyone.
Yeah. Wait, how did you endorse me? You have to be on the thing. You have to be one of those four people to be endorsed. Because it says you can't endorse friends.
I can't endorse you. It's unavailable for friends, but other people can endorse you.
Ah, gotcha. Because then that would mean you could just mess with the system the whole entire time. Okay, so now let's say this is what you're learning, and then you started working at IT1 next, or what?
Yeah, so I was working at IT1. So a part of most sales folk, there's a non-compete that comes into play where you leave from one organization and you go to another organization. You can't work with the same clients that you worked with for up to a year, depending upon who you are and what you do and that kind of thing. So at the end of my tenure at Insight, one of my clients was talking to me about how he was going to have his students participate in esports. And I said, esports, what are you talking about? Is that just like professional? Is that just like competitive video games? And he said, well, kinda. There's a whole world that's growing around video games. Being a gamer and talking with IT folks that were also gamers, it was a natural conversation. And he was like, well, esports, you just put an E in front of it and you have esports anything. So in the future, you have like, esports trainers and esports medicine, esports paraprofessional. So like, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And it was kind of vague, and I was kind of left it by the wayside. And then I left Insight and went to IT1, and that kind of esports conversation stuck in the back of my brain. I was like, all right, let me look into this. And I looked into it, and I didn't find anything. I didn't find any information that was like, hey, esports is a sport, and this is what esports is, and hey, here's how we define this. And I started looking further into it, and I was like, well, are there people that are involved? Like, have they done this? And I found out there's a lot of VC money out there that have created these giant teams and these organizations. And I was like, well, I wonder what the gaming side of things looks like. And I started looking at it like less and less and less and less. I can go to the ESPN.com webpage, and at the ESPN.com webpage, I can find esports, but I can't find like any articles from journals on esports. And that was one of the things that I was really interested in when I was in school, is that like you got published and your paper was published only because it was like a peer-reviewed journal, and that's how it created value for the discipline, was adding this publication to the body of work. So I started looking into a couple of the big journals for education and how people were discovering things. And I was like, well, I'm in communication, and that was my discipline. We studied, rhetoric and how people communicate with each other and how they engage in human discourse and all this other stuff, which is great. You get to learn lots, but the problem is that whenever you have a place where people communicate, that is a place that is ripe for discussion for the communication discipline. So taking that communication lens, I was like, hey, I talk to folks on the internet when I'm playing video games. Is there any subject in there that's around communicating through games? And then I found all these different articles around viewership and Twitch and money and advertising and there was so much information out there around this viewership and all these other things that were going on with Amazon's service Twitch, that I was just like, well, I'm very interested in understanding what else is available here, and there wasn't enough. So I didn't know where to go or what to do or how to figure out what was real and what was not. So I just started doing what I did as a researcher and just compiling all the information I could. Who are the players? Who are the winners? Who are the losers? Who are the people that are going to be doing what they need to? Who are the people that are trying to create something? And who are the people that are trying to create a dollar? And that's kind of what I was doing for the last like year or so, is just trying to figure out like who's doing what inside of the esports space.
Okay.
And it came down to like, you know, there's HSEL, there's Play Versus, there's GG Leagues, there's a group called GG Locators that is somewhat into it. So like the education market just wasn't really like teeming with all of this bright information around what to do with video games. So I started taking my knowledge of the conferences that I attended and used to attend when I was doing trade shows for conducting business with educators and technology folk, and asking them questions, and they were just as like, well, I don't know enough about esports at all, and I don't have any information on this here, and that's not something our school is doing right now. And so it seemed like it was so few and far between, and yet I was seeing like, you know, 3,000 plus schools are using esports as a way to engage their students. I started following Marcus Howard, who's got all sorts of information around the esports world and what they've been doing from a leadership organizations and from VCs and fighting anywhere and everywhere in between. So all of that information that was out there, and still not enough of it was coming for like straight education stuff. So I called my clients. My non-compete came up, and I was able to talk to my clients again and asked them. I said, so hey, have you heard about esports and how it's benefiting schools and how it's doing all this for students? And they said, I've heard some of it. It was like, well, did you know that it's happening right now and it's something that you guys can jump on board with? Well, here's the thing. I can't go to my teachers that I support and try and do anything I can for and tell them to start teaching this. I can't just go to them and say, this is how you guys should be engaging in the classroom. I'm here to support them in their initiatives to teach students. And I was like, well, that's completely different. That doesn't really, that's not me going and positioning esports to an IT guy, which is my contact. Like, was I selling laptops and desktops and notebooks and access points and cables and such to these same people? Absolutely I was. Was it something that people were putting together on their own and then having their teams?
Yeah.
No, it was very minute. So my one client that I had of the large book of business that I have, they were the only ones that were really doing it. So at the end of all of this, I was like, well, I know that we have, I know that the opportunity is there. There's an opportunity for students to engage in learning through video games.
Yes.
There's esports that everyone is pushing on. It's the hot button topic. But I just it skips something, and it didn't sit right with me. So when I had the opportunity to go to another event, I decided that I was going to just jump right on board and push esports. And it was literally 3 days after we had met. 3 days after we met, I ran into, I went to a conference, and that conference was for the Arizona Technology Educators Association. And it was essentially, hey, we are interested in our teachers in learning more about this stuff. And one of the presenters was Brittany Hebnes, which I believe you've met. And Brittany had a whole presentation on esports. And I was like, oh my goodness, you guys are talking about esports. This is amazing. This is so cool. How can I get more involved? The Microsoft store was in attendance there as well. They were they were there supporting the teachers so that they can learn about their Microsoft offering. And I had been working with Microsoft for years because they have Minecraft Education Edition, and schools run on Microsoft. Schools also run on Google, but but they have a lot of Microsoft. And what I found out is that there isn't a way to play video games on a Chromebook. And like, Chrome has applications, yes, and you can play games with the applications, yes, but they aren't the type of games that drive and foster like teamwork and competitiveness and communication. It's a lot of very single player, single mode type games where, you know, you're crushing candy or you're having some, there's some other things. Not to say that there isn't value in mobile games. I know that there is. I'm just not seeing it as much as I see it in like the competitive gameplay that I see out in the world that's available.
Yeah.
So, I put all these pieces of the puzzle together, and I told the Arizona Technology Educators Association, there's a way to do this without having it be so mind-numbing and so wrapped up in trying to get new and the best and the biggest. Minecraft is $5. It's included with your Microsoft program.
With what?
If you license with your Microsoft program. So Microsoft is a huge proponent of video games. How in the last 10 years, I'm sure that they've bought every single video game manufacturer or publisher that is worth their weight in salt. So all of this money in video games, and they have this awesome tool in Minecraft Education Edition, but you can't just go to the store and pick it up off the shelf. Like, it has to be purchased through a provider. So you have to be a cloud service provider, a CSP, in order to sell these education-exclusive Microsoft packages. So organizations like Insight and CDWG, SHI, IT1, WWT, the list goes on and on and on. You can find a whole list of CSP providers on a website somewhere, I'm sure. But ultimately, you need to purchase your Microsoft licenses through them, and then you can get access to Minecraft Education Edition. So,
nice.
So the cool part about Microsoft is that they've had this embedded in their portfolio for like 5 years. And now it's available for Chromebooks as well, which is like the 60% of the marketplace when it comes to technology stuff. So having this world of video games and gaming and technology, it's all right there for the schools to use. They just need to know when and how to use it. And the problem is that people don't see the value or choose not to see the value because they've had so many bad tastes in their mouth when it comes to video games. In my opinion, it's hard because I spend a lot of time when I talk with people, like, hey, here's what video games are, and here's what you view them as. We need to break the mold of how we view our video games and how we engage with them, and you can see a lot more out of the product. So, like, let's find a good example. So Minecraft has a survival portion inside of it, and in any like teenagers or young teen book, like, I don't know, The Hunger Games that became how many $1 billion worth at the box office, it's very similar to that type of setup. So in Minecraft, you have this entire Hunger Games environment. You could have a conversation with your students about oh my goodness, I just lost the word. Hunger Games. You can have a whole conversation with students about Hunger Games and how Hunger Games the movie or Hunger Games the book, and you could play it in real time with Minecraft. That's just one example of how you can just frame it around there. I use all the time in my things that if thing that's free and easy, you could do Pokemon Go. Like the vast majority of schools that have iPads can download Pokemon Go for free. And then you can play a video game, and then you can learn, well, I'm classifying these Pokemon, right? Like I'm taking these Pokemon and I'm transforming them I'm catching them in their environment, in their habitat, and then I can look at them and say like, oh, Pikachu's an electric mouse. It's 4 meters long. And then you have all the pieces of what it would be to classify that Pokemon. So the way that we the way that we want to frame video games is a lot of like no, this is bad, we can't do this, or here's a reason why I don't want video games, because they're violent, they create violence in the mindset, which we both know that has been which was the study that said that they don't have, like, there's no correlation.
Yes, the Oxford Institute.
Yeah, the Oxford study. So there's all this
on my website.
Yeah. So there's all this FUD out there, this fear, uncertainty, and doubt around the benefits of video games. But when we see the practicality of it, we can use a video game to engage so many different things. It helps me know I can communicate through a headset, and troubleshooting a headset is just as time-consuming as troubleshooting anything else. So you have a headset, you have a mouse, you have a device, you have a monitor. All of these same things that you would use for, like, say, work, you can use in the classroom and get familiar with all these tools. I spent so many years in retail. I think the total is 8. I spent 8 years in retail, and my biggest reason for spending all that time there was because I was afraid of I didn't know what it would be like to work with someone over the phone.
Oh wow.
I didn't have that experience. And when I started selling, and I started selling over the phone, I didn't know a lot of stuff. Like I had bad etiquette, you know. I'm not saying that I was ever chewing food while I was talking with someone, but I will say that I fiddled with the boom on the mic, and I fiddled with the headset a lot more, and it didn't sit comfortable for me and all that other stuff. So like all of the reasons why I put up these barriers significantly reduced my earning potential. And when I broke away from that mindset, like, oh no, I can't do this because it's over the phone. There's no way that I would be able to sell something if I couldn't see a person, and that's just false. I have clients to this day that I have only spoken to over the phone. I've never seen them in person. Sure. I've never talked, and we do business together, not little bits of business, not I went to the store and bought a $300 gaming console and a $50 video game. I spent money on my entire network to refresh so that my students could engage in learning, because we all bought Chromebooks and we needed a network that was supported. Or, hey, we need to have these new servers in place. We can store and house all of our information and our business processes. So all of this comes from the fact that if I had just focused on if I had focused on the tools that were used, I probably could have, done a little bit more, made a little bit more earlier on in my life, and not put up so many blocks for myself. Yeah. And that's the cool thing about it. Getting paid $12 an hour is great when you're 18, but when you're
over 18.
When you're 18 and one day, you start realizing that $12 an hour doesn't really pay my wife and my child, and I gotta find other ways to make ends meet. So there's that's all types of things. So,
okay.
That being said, I
So-
don't. Go ahead, please.
No, I wanna ask about the gaming and esports industry and where you want it to be in the next 5 years.
Ooh, that's fun.
As we spend our last 10, 15, 20 minutes or so playing games here. And I don't even know what this mode is, but there's nobody around.
Yeah, this is skirmish.
I'm
This is
shooting
just-
a laptop right now on the ground.
Hey, at least there's an interactive environment.
Yeah.
So where I want the esports industry to do is I want them to take their hats off and look at education and see how they can work together. Like, you can learn from any game. Like, I have people that tell me all the time that the best game to play and to learn from is Assassin's Creed, because it has so many amazing elements to it. I've heard from others that the best way to learn would be through playing Sid Civilization. I've seen a lot of great learning opportunity in other competitive games, but it's not so much of focusing on the competitive esports of it, in my opinion. It's a matter of breaking into the education microcosms and the education institutions and helping them update their informations. At the end of all of this, every school that I know has an acceptable use policy for how they use their technology. And until that's updated, there's nothing that can really be updated with how a school runs their gaming world or how they have their computer stuff. Because everything is policy written. Everything is engaged around schools. Like, the schools themselves have they're their own legal entities, and they have to adhere to certain things. So instead of competing over which game is going to be in whose hands for this reason and who's going to control that, find out what's your secret sauce that brings. What's your secret sauce into bringing gaming into the education environment? Like, my whole thing is just, hey, if you can get video games into the classroom, we're going to help people, and not just people, students, get a better understanding of all sorts of stuff. I firmly believe that if we get video games into the hands of students in the classroom that's taught with guidance and with clarity, that we can get more kids interested in computer science. And that's just a pipe dream for me. Like, I think that the huge gap in the world right now is computer science, and they can be filled, but it needs to be filled with people who are able and willing and are interested. And if we don't get more people interested, then there won't be as many people to get involved. So if we can get more people interested into computer science by way of video games, then I'm sure we'll be able to push that ball further. Now, I don't know enough about... I consider myself a computer science advocate because I don't know computer science well enough. I know it's something that I can learn, something that can be taught, and I think that a lot of that comes from having... a lot of that comes from being able to be equipped with the right tools. And as a salesperson, my goal is to equip schools with the right tools to engage 21st century learning.
Okay.
And we can't really engage in 21st century learning if we're dealing with, problems from 1940.
True.
So it's
do you feel like schools are just behind, they're living in a analog world, doing analog stuff in a digital world?
Yeah, a lot of times. I would say that that's a fair assessment. Mostly because there's so much at risk with students. Like, if you have students that are learning and are excited and are happy, that's wonderful. That's what we want. But what I'm seeing is there's a lot of schools that have high dropout rates. There's a lot of schools with low graduation percentages. There's a lot of schools where we know that we're not hitting the right points with our students the way that they can be hit. And I say this coming from a place of love and a place of love of the education world. My entire family has ties to education in some capacity. I personally just think that we need to be figuring out how to push forward instead of backpedaling. Too much of review and not enough of the new stuff. We want students to create innovation and ingenuity with using the same information and the same tactics that are the same Aristotelian tactics that we've been using.
Okay.
I know, right?
I
like those words. Yeah, I know. I get to throw out a $3 word that I learned in college. But if we have these
$20,000 for at college.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway,
unfortunately, anyways, yeah. All that being said, by making video games accessible, and by making it more enticing to be inside of a classroom, we might be able to get more students to be interested in school. So. You guys have done all the research already. You know, the increase of GPA, increase of student attendance, and it's just like, I'm not saying that I had perfect attendance when I was in school, and I didn't need video games to do it. I did it because I had to, because I really like school. But that makes me the nerd. I did spend a lot of time in theater, and theater really helped out my education. Because it taught me to think, on my feet, and honestly, theater taught me more about my career than a lot of other things. Because I spent a lot of time on the improv stage, thinking that I would be the next greatest. We didn't do good on the 4 rounds that we played. Let's just say that we haven't really been doing.
Hey,
the
that
best.
one we got just completely owned.
But there's so much that schools have to offer kids. It's not just a place. It's not just a daycare. Schools give food.
Yeah.
Schools
the only meal they may get a day.
The only meal that they could get. And that's heartbreaking on so many levels. So if it's the only place that they're going to be, that where they can be safe and protected, we got to make sure that they can have fun on the ways that they want to as well.
Yeah.
There's been, outside of the numerous research papers on, correlating gaming and violence and all this other jazz, meeting students where they are interested in participating in something like a video game, and then having an adult sit with them and learn with them about the video game, that's so much more valuable than, do you know the 3 ships that Columbus sailed? Like,
the Pinta of Santa Maria?
Exactly, and you know that like the back of your hand, just like you know the 1492, just like there's a lot more to be said about the indigenous folks that were unfortunately harmed because of Columbus. So all of this is like, it's tertiary information. I've never needed to know what the 3 ships were. I've never needed to.
Yeah, my wife went to England.
Life.
My wife went to study abroad in England. They didn't do class. They did discussion, and then they worked on projects, and then they learned. It wasn't memorization.
And that's the thing. That's a part of that Aristotelian mentality that we in the Western civilization want to adhere to. We have to memorize everything. We have these specific canons that we have to teach to, and here's all the stuff that we need. And that's why video games disrupts it. Video games say, like, hey, I'm not asking your kid to memorize. Let's focus on something else. So, like, if we focused on having students, like, if we said, hey, let's focus on how you feel after this round. You engage the discussion on social and emotional learning. Like, this round, we had winners and losers. How did you feel as a winner? How did you feel as a loser? How did you feel as a person that was eliminated several times and person that didn't get eliminated? You have these emotion conversations, and you can help build that emotional intelligence for the student, as opposed to, you know, just letting them play the game. And that's what a lot of people, I think, is the fear. A lot of people are afraid to let students play games because they think it's just playing games. And it is, until you engage the conversation. And that's where learning happens. Learning happens when we can both find something that we can relate to, and then we can build on our knowledge together from there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I know I tend to blab.
Nope, this is why you're
I know I tend to blab a lot. So
we need to hear this information.
Best that you can. There's just
we need to hear this information, and we need to spread this information.
Yeah, any way that we can. So to give you guys all a heads up, IT1 is a reseller. We sell product. So all of the video game systems and Microsoft that you could want to use, if you need like GeForce, GTX products, like if they're available anywhere, I have access to those stocks and that information. There's a lot available for people, and a lot that's overwhelming when you get started.
Yeah.
We can help out. It's just a quick conversation.
How do you help out?
I help out personally by taking an assessment of what everyone has. Like, hey, do you have a computer lab? Do you have internet connectivity? These are like the basic things, like, you know, did you turn it on and did you turn it off type of stuff. But essentially, depending upon what you want to do and what your goals are for your students would depend upon what you want to build. So if you want to build like a sports team, yeah, you want to deck everything out with all your high-end equipment and do all the high-end stuff so that you have that mechanical advantage on your opponents. Like, that totally makes sense to me. But if you're just trying to start a team to learn with, you don't need all the fancy doodads and the $20,000 gizmos. You need to take an assessment of what you have, and then if you want your goals to be, I want my students to learn how to communicate better while they are inside, like they need to cooperate on a mission together. So they have a cooperative mission together, and then you have discussion questions around those, like, how did it go? What could have been done differently? How do we analyze this? What do we do to reflect? And those types of pieces will help. And you don't need to have a huge, gigantic system that has, you know, 144 megahertz on the screen. You can just engage in gameplay on any product that you have, and then build a curriculum around it. I'm not a curriculum writer. I'm not Mr. Russell as much as I'd like to be, but having teachers that are skilled in their prowess around curriculum writing is much more important than any game that is played. So, like, I would just go and play any free-to-play game that I could find that does what I needed to do. Like, I don't want to spend $60 on Overwatch to have 5 Overwatch players. Maybe you can go to Blizzard and they can negotiate a better price for you on that. I honestly don't know. I haven't worked with Blizzard, but ultimately, if you wanted to get the same feel for this game or have the same tools from this game, you guys could play Paladins for free on a system that can tolerate Paladins, which is anything, because you can play Paladins on a potato, and it's able to do everything that you need it to. You can compete, you can collaborate, you can have the conversations, you can see how many eliminations are, you can test to see if students are infighting or if they're saying bad names or bad words to each other. Like, just a matter of how you want to focus your attention for your students, and you can build from there. Games are less important. Instruction is what's most important. So find the game that works best for you. You can find all sorts of players for it. Or maybe you just want, like, my favorite thing to do is go back to the old platform games, because it's all written on code.
Okay.
So if you have the code, like not the physical code, if you know what to expect, if you understand computer science well enough to know what to expect, you can get around it. Like, and then you have trial and error. So like in the first level on 1-1 of Super Mario Brothers, you know that you run into a Goomba. There is a Goomba every time you play Super Mario World 1v1 or 1-1.
Okay.
And so when you do that, you can literally do a test analysis with students. Like, what happens if I just walk straight? What happens if I jump? What happens if I just stay there? All of those different things happen. You could have kids write proofs, scientific proofs as to how that works and what happened there. So there's a million ways to do something.
All right, let's do this final match. Let's win this.
All right.
I
No
got
problem.
Baptiste. I haven't played him. I think he was like one of the first ones I played when I played this years ago, first time. What about Overwatch 2? What's happening there? Are we going to see a 5v5 Overwatch coming out in the next? Should have been the last 3 years.
I have no idea. As much as I'd like to say, like, I know all this that's going on with Overwatch 2, I don't. Their developments that I've heard is that it is 5v5 instead of 6v6. There is no tank, is what I've heard as well.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Which makes me sad. So I've been practicing with my damage players so that I can be better at it. I just first person shooter is my weakest form of video game.
Yeah.
I loved playing Uncharted, and I loved playing any other third-person type mode. It was just more fun for me. But as I've played Overwatch, it's been exciting, and I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm just still not good at it.
Really? All the times you've been playing? All the time? Playing on Xbox?
I've actually checked my time on it. I only have about 6 days total playing it.
Okay.
So, like, my wife has like 250 plus hours into Final Fantasy. So like, I'm a novice in comparison into how much. I wish that I had played more, but like, there's a blended reality where we need to choose what we play or we choose what we watch. I enjoy watching a couple of great shows that are out and available right now, more so than playing a few games. And that, honestly, talking about video games all day long makes it a little difficult to want to go back and play video games afterwards. Sure. It's almost like if you have students that play video games at school, they will have less time to play at home with their parents.
Right.
And have like more time to spend with their parents and such. Yeah. That's kind of what I think about it. This has been amazing, being able to hang out with you and like just chat about all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
This
100%.
is it's
while we play video games. Yeah.
Yeah, while we play games.
It's like incredible.
And it's things can still happen even though video games exist. I don't know who started the stigma of video games are bad or boring or mean, or I don't even know where the mindset comes from, to be frank. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I get not liking something. Like, I don't like sports. I don't think that like football is a great endeavor. I think there's too many injuries and it causes too many problems for too many people. But if I were to tell people that I don't like sports, I immediately look like I look like I'm the weirdo, and that's fine. I'm used to being the weirdo, but I just don't understand. I'm not as competitive, I guess.
I got a kill a second ago. That felt great. Okay, that I died. A kill as a support is great. He was 1 health. So as we finish up here, what do you want to be doing in the next? What do you want to be doing in the next 5 years with your life?
Oh, 5 years of life. That's a lot. Like, really. I've been privileged enough to work with a couple of these different technology companies, and there's a lot of really good value there. Not just value for a person who's in the industry, but value as in being able to see how the world is. So like for me, in 5 years, I would love to see more of a dedication around developing programs for students. Like I've done a lot with schools of how to have the right technology in place to do this, that, and the other. I've had a lot of opportunity to engage people and how they want to look at the world, and I think that's really interesting. I've been so wrapped up in sales for my whole life. I'm not saying that I don't know how to do anything else. I know how to do lots of things, but the way that sales helps and hinders a person is very unique. Being able to be in sales for as long as I have, I know what sales is, I know what sales does, I know how sales works. I'm not the biggest fan of sales. I'm not the best salesperson. I know, and that's the other thing about it. Like, as much as I talk about video games, the win rate is very low, and I say that just because the competitive nature of the industry. Every K-12 school needs those in order to sell anything. So if you don't have the best price, or if you're not here in the right area, well, guess what? You don't get to win. And if you don't get to win in sales, you also don't get to eat, which is unfortunate. So a lot of the experience that I have does come from losing, and like, you know, the best athletes in the world and the best trainers in the world will know that you learn the most from a loss than you do from a win. So that's kind of like, I've lost a lot in the education space. I've lost a lot in the conversation space around it with educators as well. I've had people look me dead in the eyes and say, "Prove to me that esports is a sport," and I can't do that because I'm not here to do those things.
Sure. So, I mean, in 1999, could we have called it competitive gaming rather than esports? What would our conversations be nowadays?
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. So my what I want to do is still kind of up in the air. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. And I've been in like I said, I've been in sales for 15 years, selling literally anything that you could imagine. And it's not like, it's all difficult in its own way, but it also has its perks because of where things are at. Now, I've also spent a long time building a book of business, and I have a lot of really good clients that have become friends. Some that I haven't seen, but like people that I talk to, I know their daughters, I know their family, I know. So it's stuff like that that's really interesting and unique. But like, I don't know. I have yet to find something that has been like so amazing that's what I want to do. But I did transition everything in my sales process so that I could help the esports industry get into education. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm most proud of, how chatty I am about esports and bringing gaming into education. And I say that because at all of this, you know, education is going to buy their technology some way. It's just what they do. They've been doing it for years. They're going to do it. But if we can help shape and mold how it's done, then all the more better. I would much rather help a school save money and lose a deal than I care about winning. But at the same time, if I lose the deal, I don't get the sale, I don't eat. So like, you know, it's half a dozen in one, something another. There's always something to be said about someone else's something. It's just a matter of figuring out how to make it all work. And I don't know how it all works yet, but I know that there's enough work to be done in education to where they can get as much help as they can and still need more of it.
Love it. Tyler, this has been great. I'm going to let you have a minute or so here. I'm going to put you solo screen, and you get to share where people can learn more about you, learn more about IT1, how schools can get in contact with you, and you have the hot seat ready, go.
All right. I'm Tyler Rising. You can reach me at tyler.rising@it1.com. That's the email address. That's the best way to get directly to me. You can also go to LinkedIn and type in Tyler Rising, and you can literally scroll through 3 years worth of me chatting about why video games and the classroom is more valuable, and how we need to bring both video games into the classroom as a learning tool and after school as a competitive sport, because we can do more than one. You can also call me at 480-320-3540. And I don't care if this is out in the world. It's my business phone. Last way to get a hold of me would be to send me a message on LinkedIn. I respond to those just as quickly as well. And you could also go to the Varsity Esports Foundations page, and I'm sure you'll find a testimonial or two from me, because honestly, of all the people that I've done work with when it comes to esports and gaming, the VEF has been amazing when it comes to engagement and amazing when it comes to students.
Awesome, man.
I don't know if you keep letting me talk.
I've learned a lot today. This is what I've done for the past almost, I guess, 2 years, over 2 years now that I've known you.
Yeah,
so I've learned a ton. We've done a lot of fun stuff together, and today we got to play video games on the interwebs. It was great.
I haven't done that yet.
I haven't done that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great. I definitely think this needs to be a thing that your company, in order, like you said, in order for people to understand gaming, and to get products and peripherals and gaming clubs in their schools, why not do an interview while playing? Do a phone call while playing Overwatch, or
we can play
even
something.
Overwatch. Yeah, even something simple that doesn't destroy your computer. And there's the place, whatever games are on the computer that aren't, I think you can download for Windows or something. $5 for Minecraft, I hear.
Yeah, no, very cost effective. It's like, honestly, as a single license for an education entity, we could do that. We can do that all day long.
Nice. Well, stick around in the backstage, and I'll come talk to you here in a minute. But thank you so much, Tyler, for being here today. And I'm glad we finally got to do this. We've been talking about it for like 3 or 4 months, and
it's been a minute.
I'm so glad you came, man. It's great. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right, I'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching Invite Sent today. I just had a good time just relaxing with Tyler. We were playing some Overwatch. And we won a bunch. If you don't check the tape, don't rewind, don't go back. We won every game, and it was like super well decided. We won. There weren't any close games at all. And I really appreciate Tyler coming on today. Definitely find out more information about him on LinkedIn. He posts something just about every day or other day about scholastic, esports, gaming, schools, STEM, education. The list can go on and on. Please engage with him on LinkedIn. That's where he spends a lot of his time making sure that we, the people in this industry, and the people outside this industry, learn a lot about what's happening in gaming and esports and scholastic space. So thank you for being here today, guys. We're going to have some other shows coming up soon. I'll be in Iowa next week for the NACAD conference, the National Association of Executive Directors and Coaches. I forget I'm going to look it up. NACAD. I want to get it right. The National Association of Esport Coaches and Directors. I said that backwards. It's going to be a great event in Des Moines next week at, I think it's Grandview University. and we're going to have a lot of fun. So if you're there, you're coming. I know a lot of good people that are going to be presenting. I'll be presenting with Cope, the founder there, Chris Biskowski. His son is Skeptic on the internet. He's a Fortnite pro player with Misfits. We're going to be talking about college students and parents and how college coaches can get engaged with them. But thank you guys for being here once again, and we're going to play a couple sponsor ads, and we'll see you next time. Thank you again. See you. Bye.
Varsity Esports Foundation. Founded in December 2018, the Varsity Esports Foundation was created by a group of esports professionals. Our mission is to create an inclusive, safe, and aspirational network of gaming communities for all. The Varsity Esports Foundation is a 501c3 organization established to offer financial assistance to schools and to provide a pipeline for students to reach their potential through esports. We have 4 foundation goals. 1. Build a network of inclusive gaming communities. 2. Create scholarships for students within these communities. 3. Ensure a safe environment for all players. And 4. Promote gaming literacy across the ecosystem. The foundation has funds for a limited amount of assistance to support schools with league fees and/or computer equipment. For more information, please visit us at varsityesportsfoundation.org. Varsity Esports Foundation, a pipeline for students to reach their potential through esports.